Oh,
Yep.
we're live. This is the workshop, the comedy workshop, episode 334. I'm your host, Keller Reeves. As you can see, we're just filled with people.
Yes.
I'm glad I changed my shirt. I just changed my red shirt. Elmer. I'm glad, right? So, anyways, yeah, it's funny. I keep getting messages here because people are like, I'm almost there. I'm going to be here. It's just coming in a second. So it's all good, though. Yeah. So, anyways, if you don't know about the workshop, what it is we're just some comedians. We're given random topics prior to the show. Then we try to perform these, perform it 3 5 minutes, try and write about the subject, whatever we get. They're random. It's pretty tough sometimes. Sometimes you get tons of material. Sometimes you get nothing. It's just one of those days, and that's hard for us, right? So, anyways, the other announcement is that this is a comedy safe space. Elmer and myself, we're here just to have fun. So when we say comedy safe space, we mean it's safe for us, not for you. This is all about fun and humor. We're about making jokes. We're just, this is no intent of harming or hurting anybody. It's just fun for us. This is what it is, basically. It's like a pitch room. What we do is we throw ideas, we tell our jokes, and we talk about it. We try to get better angles, make it funnier together, and it's a lot of fun, right? So, anyways, let's stall and talk to Elner. How's it going, my friend?
Things are good. Things are good. Been defined some laws lately.
Yeah.
We have regulations. We have guidelines, and then we have the number of cops that can actually enforce stuff that is completely disproportional to the number of people that they need to enforce. So can get
Yeah.
away with a lot.
Remind the people watching where you from, where you living.
I'm in Toronto.
Oh, Toronto. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Police state. I hear. If I just
Uh,
read, it's like a police state.
yeah.
So,
It's a
yeah,
police state unless you're flying in and you're like rich enough to pay for the fines and be like, I don't need the quarantine. I'm gonna go home. Here's $3,000. See you later.
yeah. That's happening out here too. I'm just outside of Vancouver, Canada, and I'm in Chilliwack, so British Columbia. I have to state that for all the Americans because it's like there's a Vancouver, Washington, right next to Portland, and they always get like, "We were the first Vancouver," and we're like, "We don't care. Nobody knows who you are. We got sports." They're like, "Oh, Portland," and that's what they're always doing. So you know,
Yeah, our side has Sasquatches and stuff.
yeah, yeah. My side does, yeah. Your side too,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. I don't know if they're around. I haven't seen one yet. I heard this lady talking about it, and it seemed pretty convincing because we're sitting around like a table, and she just came and from witnessing it, she said, and she
No
told,
way.
yeah, well, she told this wild tale, and I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, I only saw him for a split second, but I was frozen, and it felt like time went forever, but it was only a split second. So it's like, is it really a story? You just really stuck me into it, just like I did to you there, Greg.
Yeah. But
Anyways, let's.
it's cool those times. Yeah.
Think we should begin.
Sure, let's do it. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Hey, I like to go first. That's what I like to do as a host. So I like to treat my guests and my I don't know partners. I don't know what to call you. Other comedians like friends and give them the late spots, and I get to open for you. How's that sound? Okay.
Nice.
I'm not going to put timer on. I had a hard time with this word, and it doesn't seem like a hard word, but it's immunity. That's my topic, immunity. And I just sat there going, "Oh, I don't want to talk about this anymore." I swear, Craig, when he gives me his words, I swear he just has a newspaper open, and he just goes like this, and just like points it. That's his random word, like immunity. I'm like, "Ah, fuck," because it's just like top topic. So I try to take a different way and talk about immunity, like immune, the word, and then it's resistance basically, and resistance, whatever it is. And I realize that I'm actually unimmune to puppies. That's puppy dogs, actually, I should call them. It's I'm allergic. I love puppies. That's the thing. I'm sorry, I gotta get my jokes out because I just started winging it and I didn't read it. But anyways, but I have to. I always like declare like puppy dogs because I want to set that straight because uh, they're not the only puppies. Like seals, did you know that they're puppies? Their baby seals are puppies. And I really only bring that up for one to waste time, and the other things too that I know there's somebody out there that's going to be confused with that, like somebody like with English as their second language, maybe coming from some kind of Slavic, kind of Russian kind of state, comes over here and he doesn't want to go to school to learn English, so he just hits the streets and meets this like this white rapper that's like, have like a single mom, which makes him totally legitimate because, anyone with good parents wouldn't work out. It'd just be, have to be this way. And it's confusing to him in that one way. And you just go, yo, dog. What's with the baby seal the puppy dog? What is with that? Anyways, that's my accent of the weekend. I just want to do 1 week. I always try and do an accent, and that's my one stupid accent for everybody else. Okay. Man, that felt like it should have been way longer than it was. I just more community. Like I don't know. What do you want to talk? Like I got the shot. Like I was joking a week ago. I got the shot. Like I got the blood clot, the future blood clot. I got 3 more days, the 10 days. So I got last week. So I got 3 more days to get through this whole thing till I know I'm okay and I won't die. That's really what I'm be immune to COVID, so I can just live my life like a normal human being and just snicker. Like I actually want to get right in front of an old person and make fun of them. I don't want to do it through a window, like waving, copying them and I want to get right in front of their face, those old people, and just cough my insanity. No, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm really just talking away. Okay, so I'm really out of jokes. Anything now will just be a ramble in any which way, which you can tell. So thank you very much. That's my first little thing.
Good job. Good job. Listen, I like the way first of all, you just started with the rant of how he gave you the subject.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. Just going through the stages of like, I probably choose the word and acting it out and all that stuff. Yeah. I didn't know that puppies meant something else, but also I'm an ESL, but I'm like an E third, like, I don't know. It's not a second, it's a third language. So I get it. I thought, because you said puppy seals, and you said like foreigners and stuff like that, and I was like, and my mind went to like Japanese people maybe clubbing seals.
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think
it's a little weird.
I don't want to even go there.
Yeah. You tried a Russian accent?
Yeah, I tried some kind of Slavic Russian accent. I don't know. I just like. I can't even say it several times because I have to say the whole thing. But the baby puppy seal, I just like the way they rolled off, and I was just kept repeating it. And it sounded Russian to me, so then I just made it a little kind of stupid. Yeah.
I speak Russian fluently, so you could play with it more. You could keep going. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. That's for sure. Was it that bad? Was it okay? Did it sound like a Russian? I have no idea.
It wasn't bad, but it was very short. Normally, it just you'd want it to continue.
Yeah. I leave them wanting. That's why I always leave them wanting. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot the second part. Oh, that's what it was.
It wasn't bad, but
oh shit! What's going on here?
So. Yeah.
Oh, I just started watching us live. Oh my god, that was it's you fucker.
Oh, did you just hit a random button?
Yeah, I hit a random button on my computer and it started playing.
Oh damn.
Everything we say. I'm sorry, I can't figure it out. 1 second here. There we go. The X. Holy shit! This is like, it's just amateur hour all of a sudden. I'm sorry. This is very.
It's all good. The giant audience that we have right now and all the people online.
Yeah, we have 4 people watching. That's a big one. They're.
Oh, we do? Damn! I don't think I've seen that many people.
Here's a guy here with a comment. Here we go.
There we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can say you can't be sure if you're immune to something until you get exposed to it. So you need to check if you're immune to puppies and other desirable items. That's a good point. Thank you for that.
Oh, and I can see that her name's in Russian too. So
is it?
There we go. Yeah, Renata. Nice.
Was it Renata?
Renata, that's her name. Yeah.
Okay. I guess that you can tell me how my accent was too. So.
Yeah, there we go. See, you hit the Russians. The Russians come.
I came swinging today. I didn't even know anybody was going to be here, and all of a sudden I got like Russians, and I'm making act. Oh wow, it's funny.
Russian people love it when people drop lines in Russian in really? Like movies or stuff like that. Like Russell Peters has like one of the best jokes because his last name, I don't know, you've probably seen it. Yeah. It's also funny. Like it's funny in another language too. So it's like it's like making a pun, but the pun is in another language, and it's deep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I remember people loving like the first Blade movie because at the very end, in the last second, he goes to Russia and he literally speaks in Russian, like Wesley Snipes speaking Russian for like a sentence.
Oh yeah.
And like everybody in Russia loved that movie just because of this.
Is it like when Italians get all excited for Rocky in the same sort of way?
Yes,
The same,
yes.
yeah,
But Russians, it doesn't even have to be of their thing. It's just so long as they're not portrayed as the bad guy that kills people.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. And if somebody actually bothers enough to actually pronounce something in the proper way,
Yeah,
it's just like, yes, these guys, like instant fans.
John Wick
Um,
over there.
John Wick was rough, especially I have a pet peeve with John Wick because the word, the word for Baba Yaga, like the evil, his nickname,
Mhm.
is kind of associated with like an old lady, like a hag old lady that lives in the wood and does magic.
Yeah, yeah, I knew
So
that.
it's not at all like scary. It's very, like if you call a dude Baba Yaga, like badass is not something that's going to be associated with that at all. That's like, it's just super strange.
I'm like baby puppy seals. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
it's like too nice to be something mean.
Yeah, it's not like, yes, it is evil, but it's not like, it's like little kids can be scared of it, but
Yeah.
like if you're a man, you just bitch like that and leave.
One of my first jokes I ever did on stage was talking about John Wick, how it's like now with a beard, because I had this beard for a good, like, 12 years or so. Like, I've shaved it a couple times, but I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was saying on stage, was going like, yeah, I'm really scared to actually have a beard after I saw John Wick grab that guy for the beard and just pull him down and shoot him. There's like nothing I could do if someone grabs my beard. I had never contemplated that before. But that was like one of the jokes I used first, but it got some giggles, I guess. Much like well, okay.
Well,
That's
there we go.
oh, anybody else got any extra help out there? No? I'm
No
making
more
crap.
comments now? Cool.
No, I'm making jokes. Just as you and I. Well, hey,
Yeah.
Eleanor, I think we've used up everything I can talk about there.
Cool.
Uh, what?
Uh,
Let me do a good intro, okay? Because this guy Dan Brenner makes me have to do big good intros, and you know what my fault is? I never do good intros for myself, and that's my fault. That's a bad thing to do. So this time, I'll give you a great intro, okay? From everybody, this is very exciting. I've been wanting to get this guy on the show for many years now. Please put your hands together for Toronto's own Eleanor, everybody.
woo! Thank you.
There you go.
That's a pretty good big intro. So okay. So the word I've been given was struggles. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's start with that. So I just have a few things written down. We'll see how much of it we can go through. So different people have different struggles, right? Sometimes they struggle with their kids. Sometimes they struggle with relationships. Sometimes it's a power struggle at work. Sometimes it's the power struggle of more like, I just ate a bunch of Indian food and now my ass is spitting hot fire struggle. There's a bunch of different ones. Struggles are like snuggles. Usually it involves somebody else and something you don't really want to do. You just do it because at the end of it, there might be something better. So some struggles involve just you. Those are the struggles that I've been involved in more recently.
Oh,
It's
here we go.
like,
Sorry.
oh, we got another person.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Keep going.
Hey,
Now.
hey.
We're talking about struggles. So, and struggles with yourself. It's like, should I eat this one more cookie? Or should I chug this one more beer? The struggle is internal. It's like when you're deciding that you want to maybe not chug down a cookie, instead you want to go for a run. Or you say to yourself, like, if I eat one more cookie, I will not be good to myself. I should probably be good to myself and leave this cookie alone. And then you realize you just ate a whole box. And then you say to yourself, you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to make up for it by getting up early in the morning and going for a run. But then you realize if you're not the same type of person that goes for a morning run and chugs down a box of cookies at night, that just won't happen. It's either one or the other. So then you decide to, you know what? I'm still going to go for that run, but it's not going to happen in the morning. It's gonna be happening in the afternoon once you've got a few Zooms throughout the day and you're sick of sitting around. You're like, fuck it, let's do it now. Might as well procrastinate for my next project. So you put your shoes on and you start running. And then like 10 minutes in, at least 10 minutes in for me, that's when the real struggle happens. You start saying, first of all, you get like this burp that kind of tastes like the last meal. At least I do. I don't know if that happens to people, but to me, around 10 minutes in, I feel that. And then I like, okay, I kind of should slow down now, I should probably conserve energy. It's like, Eastern philosophy says you should conserve your chi. This is all the stuff that my brain tells me while I'm running. Is your ankle okay? I feel it's getting swollen. You probably should avoid an injury. You should probably slow down. You're probably at a mile now, right? I think it's probably more like 2 miles. Whew, this is a long run. I better conserve some power because I got to go back still, right? So those are the struggles that you normally have. And those are the struggles that I have with myself. That's it. I don't have anything more in there. Trying to put a line.
No worries, no worries. What was this Russian name again?
Renata.
Renata?
Yep.
If you're watching, we sent another link so you can come to the show. She's supposed to be joining us. I guess there was a message. Oh. So that's what I was just reading. But Lexi, did you see any of that?
Yeah, just the end where he started off where struggles with yourself.
Yeah. We've been struggling ourselves. Sure.
it's a new one, but it's a usual. No problem. Glad to be here.
No worries. Yeah, thanks for coming. Second, how's that sound? I'll just go first. Yeah, I liked how you went with your inner struggles and all that stuff. You went for the cookie and you kind of were making a story about the whole thing and then talking about the running and talk. I like the path you took me on. It was pretty cool. So that's the kind of thing I like to watch in shows. So I have a lot of fun. Hold on here. Let's add to stream. So this form. Hello. Yeah. So maybe take a second here because I only saw Elmer's. It was a bit screwed up, but we're all here, everybody. So hey, of course we've come late. There's a bit of a mix-up. Lexi Green from the mean streets of Seattle, right? Right. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to say your name without writing it down in my own language or my own
Renata
talk. So it's like my printing is like just I don't print anything properly. It's just the way it works. No spell check. But how do I say your name? I'm sorry.
You can say Renata or Shay, whatever works. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Where are you from?
I'm currently in Russia, but I lived actually both in Seattle and LA.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hey, okay.
How was my Russian accent earlier? Did you see that? Is that okay?
I think Elnora was correct. It was not a long enough sample to kind of really give a feedback. Also, it's gonna be $20.
Yeah, it's okay. It didn't really matter. Lexi, I did a Russian accent for 3 words, but it worked out for me.
Anyway. I can't wait to watch it back. No, I'm excited.
Elner, so Lexi, do you have anything for Elner while you're listening, the little bits, or?
I did actually. So past military, like being forced to run and then you run by choice, that's commendable enough because I'm not running unless something's running after me. I'm one of those people, like if I'm running and I don't like have like hands first, you should probably just go ahead and run with me. You should just run wherever I'm going because it's not time to talk. But I definitely would think just like you, like if I just ran this far, I should be able to, if not more, treat myself. I should have a whole pack of cookies dependent. Like if I run a mile, I should, I don't know, every time I hit a landmark or a street sign. So I thought that illustration of like your own breaks to get off of running, because running is actually pretty hard when you're just focusing on running, and people that do that to me are just serial killers. So I like that idea. I like that. That was very nice.
Cool. Yeah, the time I really run is like I usually take kind of weird paths like through kitchens and then maybe through like an alley. I can just throw them behind me so whoever's chasing me has to trip.
There you go.
Just going through. That's usually the only time I run. But
smart.
Oh yeah, so I'm still going. Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
Like GTA running.
Exactly.
Yeah.
4 stars. Got away from it. no problem. But anyways, yeah. Well, thank you guys.
Okay.
Oh, hey, how about this? Lexi, I know I've gone and Elner's gone already, and you guys, of course, came to the end there. Would you like to go next?
I'm ready, unless you would like to go first, and I'll go last. I'm flexible either way.
We've already been going. You guys missed out and came to us. We've already gone subjects, us too. So
I'm sorry, I meant the newcomer, but yeah, I can go.
Yeah. Okay. But we can
I
start.
guess I should. Hello, everyone. I am Light Bright Lexi Green. This is not a falsified color. This is probably how I look in regular life. But the sun's out in Washington. Don't let Washington know because it's going to rain again. I drive a truck. I don't have time for that. I'm glad to be here with everyone. Anxiety down, and we can all take a drink if you got it. Past that, I had the subject of stampedes. I'm the more masculine type, so I don't do the stampedes that I at least thought of first was the female stampede to the bathroom, and or to the club, unless there's already a ringer. Like if I'm called to the bathroom with my female friends, there's usually already something wrong or like suspicious happening. So I'm more of like the inaction person. Because I just feel like that's a moving target. I feel like that's too easy to catch people when you roll in packs. I feel like you just got to roll in a bigger pack. I kind of feel like if you just roll off single, if you let them go off and think that they're not being watched, that's how you get a serial killer right there. You think you're alone, you're not. Stampede sales or sales stampedes are like Black Friday. I was in El Paso while there was a stampede, and I was like, I used that moment to act like I was going to get gifts, and then you know what happened? That lady. So that's why I don't have anything but myself here for Christmas. But I'm gonna help you clean these plates. I'm gonna wash his dishes type. The next stampede I came out with was the stampede of holiday and like hikers in Seattle. Like on I-5 Monday through Friday, you'll find what I feel like calling the stall stampede. It's just unnecessary traffic because there's no real reason. Like when you get to accidents, they're already being cleaned up. It's just people being slow as shit and nosy. So I call them stall stampedes because there's no actual traffic need. There's no accident in front of you. It's just nosy people on their way to work trying to get a reason that they were late. Oh, there was an accident on the side. No, it was already cleaned up. You just spent 45 minutes and went on Instagram and posted it to your story. Sorry, fucker. Anyway, to try to escape that, people go to their trails, right? And they go out in the nature or whatever the case may be. That doesn't work in Washington because everyone does that as well. If you go on nature trails here during the holidays and/or apparently whatever the sun peaks out, everyone and their mother is outside camping with, I hope, just the greatest intentions and that they're fully clothed. I don't know. I can't go during these times. I get too scared. I watch Get Out. I'm not going into the woods with a certain ill ratio of amount of people. I need my Hispanic friends. I need a couple of mix. I need some Asian. I can't just, it's about awareness. That's what it's about. But I think the stampede that set me off recently, and it was a longer joke, and I'm just going to shorten it. I was at work, and I work at a pot shop. For those that don't know, I like to refer to myself as a professional pothead. Smoke weed that makes you feel good throughout the day and helps other people in real. This particular day, a car rolled up. It was like not a G-Wagon, but what I'm guessing is like a mid-range, but like high-class white people social car that lived in Seattle. Something that held a lot of people, but didn't look like it. Like it looked like it had a big note, but also discreet. They pull up. They park crooked. Why? I don't know. I guess that just comes with privilege. I don't pay attention to the car because I'm a person, as soon as you park crooked, I'm from the East Coast. That tells me everything about your personality. I don't want to know you after you get out your car. Like I get out, look, and then get back in, fix it. Once you look, and then you still decide to come in, I hope you buy only crappy weed. I hope all of it makes you cough. I don't know. I hope it makes you shit. I don't care. Why did you choose not to fix yourself? But anyway, I digress. So I do my little round. I check the IDs. And upon their exit, after literally consuming the store to capacity, I find out that only a couple of them purchased a couple of grams. I don't care. I'm a cheap shopper. I just feel like I don't ever go to the bar thinking I'm going to drink 2 beers, but let me bring my 6 friends to drink my 2 beers with me in a social setting. They're not going to drink. We're just going to browse around the drinking area, talk about the drinking things, and then go. Cool. I'm a person of retail. Shit happens. Greet them and go. As they're leaving, though, I physically watched 5 of them get into the car as normal people would, and then 2 of them, ever so kindly, just get in the trunk and close the trunk, and they pull off. The same 2 that bought the weed got in the trunk. And I thought about it for a second, and I just wanted to know, did I see what I saw? My coworker said yes. I said, okay. A little part of me was happy because none of those people were black or Hispanic. Just saying. And that was all I had on Stampede.
Hey,
Cool.
well done, Lexi. I'm sorry I didn't give you the intro I wanted to. I didn't want to cut you off.
Oh, you're good.
But hey, no,
You're good. I
job.
was anxious anyway.
So, Eleanor, you want to start off? Give some input?
Sure. So I have a bunch that part of it might be misplaced. So the Stampede to the bathroom, the Black Friday. Well, yeah. First of all, with the Black Friday, I wanted you to go like deeper. I wanted you to go like, okay, what kind of gifts would you want to get to yourself, or
Okay.
even walk me through that process, because you kind of went over it in like general terms that everybody sees on the news, but like describe to me the picture, like, okay, what are you getting? Why is there a lineup for it? Who else is stampeding? Are you gonna punch them? Is it maybe like not a punch situation? Like, what's gonna happen, right? So I want to see that more in like vivid, because I think there's a lot of stuff in there.
Okay.
Also, like, as somebody that's not from North America originally, this is like the holidays, like all the TVs, you just see the stampedes, like, because they're like, oh, the Americans are gonna stampede again and stuff like that. So we want to see what it's like from the inside, right? It's like you have inside coverage, like you're giving us insight on the experience. Now you said that you were a driver at some point. You were describing the traffic and stuff like that. So I, for some reason, you might have just thrown it away, but in my mind, I went through like you're a truck driver for some reason.
Yeah,
but
I drive a truck, or sorry, I have a pickup, not a truck driver. Sorry.
Okay. So okay. So because then you said you worked at a head shop, so I'm like, no, okay. So she works at a head shop, but I thought at first I thought that's what you do for a profession. And the reason I was gonna go there was because I had like a note that like make like, because you can describe a traffic from a perspective of like a truck driver. I don't know if that was a thing, you could have done that, but clearly this is why I'm saying this might be like a mistaken comment completely. But just in general, you can also write it about being a truck. It doesn't matter. You were mentioning like a specific road, I something.
I-5.
Yeah, it doesn't mean a lot to somebody that's not in the States, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it does. But you can just maybe describe the what's wrong with it. Oh, it's the crappiest road of all time. All the truckers come here. Whatever. Yeah. I don't know why I have so many notes. You had a couple of things about the diverse friends, not as much at the end. I like the way you put it at the very end, but before that, you also mentioned them. And I wanted to. This honestly was just like, it might be off color, but I wanted you to explain what those friends bring to the table, because you had like, where my Hispanics at, where this at, where this at. I'm like, the Hispanics and I don't know, music or cholas or something that would be like, what do they bring to the table? For you at least, right? Because it's your perspective.
I can see that.
I had a tag for you for the people that park crooked. I hope your car gets keyed. It's not like deep. but I usually want to keep people's cars when they park them wrong. Not
I
that
feel
I ever
you.
have, but
It just feels good in the moment.
Yeah.
it does. It makes you want to do it, right? It's like you have a slow walker and you want to kick him in the back. Like, why?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And maybe last thing is just I really like the thing that they actually go into the trunk. I actually was a trunk traveler at some point.
Okay.
It was a pickup truck with like a bed, and they hid me in the bed because there was no room like in the truck. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'll ride in the back. I've done the army. I've done worse. Whatever."
There you go.
So, yeah, that's all I had. I don't know why I came up with so many things.
No, I liked it. Thank you. It's a different view.
Yeah.
Speed road there. I was listening to the thing. I'm like, I got no notes, but I got some things for you. I actually thought it was pretty good, Lexi. I think it was pretty funny. I
Thank
like
you.
we've seen each other a bunch of times, but I always like your storytelling and it kind of goes a path, and I enjoy that part. The Black Friday stuff, the Stampede stuff was good that way. I did like the stuff about the trails because we live in kind of similar spots. Like I'm up above you, right? And the same thing for us. It's like you go to we call it the bush. That's the forest in Canada. We call it the bush. You go to the trees, the forest, and everybody goes to the forest. So you're now surrounded by a bunch of people. You might as well be in your own neighborhood. That's how many people go out there all the time. So I did like the funny too. You can throw some things like also like when you're talking about I'm not gonna be around. Like I think it'd be pretty funny to take a perspective going camping and trying to play off that these people don't know that you're more scared of them than they are of you. You know, like I just think it'd be kind of a funny play to kind of talk about. Yeah, you're kind of being tough around all these white people or whatever you want to say. You know, out there in the bush because you're right because you didn't say it, but I'm going to say it. Yeah, a lot of white people go camping. That's what she's trying to say. So we're out here all the time, just pretending like we're on vacation, like a proper retirement vacation, like anyways. But yeah, I totally love that stuff. I got in the trunk. I like that stuff too. It's just funny to me. I didn't want to know they're white people. I just was imagining like all sorts of different people together in that group. So it was funny. Yeah. Oh, that's too bad. Now I got to read.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, good job. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Renata, how about you? Do you have any input for Lexi?
Yeah. I'd also liked the Black Friday, and then I thought it really interesting how maybe you can continue with that when you go to the place that had a stampede and say I was there but I didn't bring you anything. Maybe you can just double down on it and say you come in like bandages and with stuff so people not just be like, oh no, you didn't bring a gift, but also like, oh, let me pour you some soup or something like that,
Okay.
Then I feel like a logical conclusion of you not going to go camping when it's sunny is that you say that you go camping only in snow and in rain. And people think you're tough, but no, I'm just afraid of you white people or something like that, Then
I didn't need to laugh that hard.
then I feel that spot about it's very interesting to me that you look at car and you can judge personality, and I feel like it would be a good opportunity for a crowd work. Like you'll drive, I don't know, what is it, Prius. I bet you get really drunk on bottomless mimosas on Sunday or whatever. So yeah, just pick up people and judging by their looks and like, what car do you have? Let me tell you about. And then I thought it would be interesting maybe I really like that weird moment when you said a bunch of people came in and they didn't buy weed. Maybe you can say something like, it's a weed store, not a museum. Because, museum people go look and not buy anything. And then just to tie it up with the end with, people who bought weed got in the trunk. I mean, it seems like no wonder they need weed. They're traveling in a trunk, something like that. Yeah, it was really funny.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Cool. Well, I think that's pretty good, Lexi. You got a lot of good notes there. I think everybody's working on key together now. It's awesome. So,
I did actually.
okay. Well, Renata, are you ready?
Yes.
Well,
Okay, so my word is stress eating.
oh,
And stress eating is a form of addiction, just like drinking, doing drugs, or being a sex addict. Unfortunately, stress eating is the least glamorous of the bunch. Stress eating is not an addiction they write songs about. It's sex, drugs, rock and roll, not sex, fries, rock and roll. Although sex, fries, rock and roll sounds pretty nice. Anyhow, so there are a lot of songs about stress drinking, because any drinking, excessive drinking is stress drinking. So lots of songs about alcohol, but not about pasta. It's red, red wine. It's not foot long. Goes to my gut. Makes me forget that I need her so. But it's shots, not cake. It's I've got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away, not apple pie and lasagna. Although, in my experience, apple pie and lasagna are excellent at fighting sadness. Yeah, so why are we ashamed of stress eating so much? I'm a stress eater and I'm not ashamed. I've tried dealing with it by substituting hamburgers with kale smoothies. Unfortunately, even stress eating healthy food is stress eating, which means you still get the extra weight and a delusion that you're doing your body a favor. The best part, the stress is still there. And I blame the news, I blame the news because I've noticed when there is TV on, I start eating faster. Don't want to hear it. Corona, must eat. Mass shooting, must eat faster. Global warming, give me more. The world is going to pieces. I want more breadsticks. We're all gonna die. But yeah, why can't I stress right? Why do I have to stress eat? Wouldn't that be awesome if I had, every time I feel stressed, I had a compulsion to write down something? But it doesn't work that way because writing is good for you and we stress do only things that are bad. So yeah, that is a PCA. Thank you.
yay! Good job, Renata. Well, let's start with Lexi this time. What do you think, Lexi?
So I actually said I feel like I don't know what I would do with stress eating, and I was a very elaborate for what I don't even know what I would imagine. But the part when you said it was like during the bedroom mood and it was like fried and it's not, or it's certain songs in the bedroom versus others, it's not like fried food into it. I would say like if you could fit like fried and full of it, or like something like a food, you know how food will relate, I don't know, like sweet and sour kind of thing, and it'll go for multiple things. If you tied in something like that, I feel like it'd be memorable and also like with the click, or like tie it together. The other thing, and it just may be me being creepy, I'm one of those people like that. I don't look like I'm overweight, but I eat like I'm overweight. And I have no problem with that. That's not my business what you think I look like here. That's between me and God. So I like people that eat like me. Subsequently, those usually tend to be bigger women, and or I'm a big ass child, moms. So like a OnlyFans, like you were saying, stress eating shouldn't be looked down upon. Like it could be a kink. You can go on OnlyFans and there will definitely be something. And I thought of the name Kinks of the Kitchen, BBW and Skins. for example, I would be a skin and somebody would just be showered with compliments from me while they're just living in the kitchen, just doing regular shit, washing dishes, just cooking, I don't know, walking around, just getting all the amount. And I would pay for it because I'm a simp and it's only fans. So in quarantine, you're not doing much, you know? And that just may be my perverted mind. And I'm okay with that too. But besides that, I thought that was a very good stretch with the words you did. And I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you.
How about you, buddy? What do you think?
First of all, I like the concept about writing songs about stress eating. I think that's hilarious. There is a song about stress eating. It's by Weird Al, and it's called "Eat It" instead of "Beat It." Michael Jackson's "Beat It." Weird Al made it "Eat It." It's a little older.
Wow, you did. I mean,
It's there.
I have to listen to it again.
Don't worry, it's a generational thing. Like, you can totally say that nobody, depending on the age of people, they might not know at all. But I also am very weird about like remix and remakes samples, so I keep a lot of that shit in my head for unknown reasons whatsoever, because I have nothing to do with music. So I would wanted you to make more songs about stress eating. I think that would, like, and stress eating specific things like, oh, I'm stress eating this. Oh, and another thing is like, when you were talking about like watching stuff on TV and being like eating so you don't have to hear, like you can eat a bunch of carrots to make the noise, like eating crunchy stuff, so you don't hear the, making it a bit more vivid. Or what else is there that I saw? I like the stress writing too. And you can also take it in the direction that, yes, I got stress writing, but then I write about eating again. And just in a loop where you're writing yourself about eating and then eating more. What else is there? I wrote something else, but I can't seem to be able to read it right now. Stress eating and yeah, I don't have any other things. And the temp thing was cool too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I loved your the stress eating was a hard subject, I imagine. Do you stress eat at all, Renata?
Mm-hmm.
You do? Okay. So maybe it was I stress eat too. So it's weird. Apparently I'm stressed all the time, I guess.
Oh yeah.
That was a cheap joke. I was thinking about, I was holding that. I was waiting as they give it up. Used it. So. Anyways,
Feel good?
I loved it, like just like everybody else said, I love the song references. I thought it was pretty cool. I think, yeah, I actually agree with Lexi with it. You could probably substitute some of the words with some of the love songs. It'd probably make it more kind of fun for the audience or whatnot. But I love the whole concept of it. It's great. And the stress writing at the end, I can sympathize that way. I wish I could just stress it. Yeah, it doesn't work. Scribbling on my wall, pretty much crayon, same name, will kill you, Sean, or I don't know the name, just some name, and just repeat it on my wall everywhere like some psycho. That's the stress rating. That's but anyways, good job. I think another round of applause for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been rushing for this and doing my things and trying to cope. I'm really bad at these shows at getting my own material ready all the time. So I always kind of half wing it. This time I had some things kind of ready, so we'll see. Mix up the books, see how it works. This is the portion of the show, people that are watching, the two people, is that, I'm sorry, I got some things. Lexi, someone cheered you. I forgot about that. Bridget.
Yeah.
Give you a woot woot. Holy Jesus.
That is my best friend. Yes.
Nice. Okay. This is the portion that we tell our own jokes and we give talk about our own jokes and everything else. So I'm always intimidated by Lexi being here because we've done like at least 4 shows together. I got to keep coming up with new stuff or change it around or do stuff. So here's going to be my attempt at this. So please wait. The one thing too, I'm going to give everybody a really good a intro when I call on you. So this I'm going to give myself a good intro because this Dan Brenner guy always gets in my head. Told me once. You don't do good enough intros on people. You really got to introduce people better. I'm like, okay, Dan Brennan, I'll just keep thinking about it. I'll keep bringing up your name because you son of a bitch. You got me into it. You got me into it. I want you guys to put your hands together for this next comedian who's pretty famed, actually. People know him. He's got some clout in this world. You should just respect him for no reason, just because he wears a nice suit and tie. So and he looks good in a beard and everything else. And he's hilarious sometimes. So please put your hands together for Keller Reeves, everybody. Okay.
Oh, kindergarten style.
My own set. Okay, I'm ready. Okay. You guys heard about these tiny homes at all? Talking about moving in tiny homes and like little vans, and they get rid of all their shit, and just making everything as cheap as possible. And like I just don't understand it. Like, why would you want to live like a divorced father? That just, to me, it's just like like where I'm from, like tiny homes are just like you pretty much, they're just basements. They just live in basements. This stuff is the exact same size as a tiny home. Just move into a basement suite, man. You don't need to have this little trailer in the woods and everything else, And I just want to say, those are, tiny homes to all of us. Those are called broken homes. That's what those are called. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, that people shouldn't be moving into these tiny homes. We spend half our life, at least 45 years, depends how long you go. I'm going to go to 120. So I spent half my life to go into 60, accumulating stuff. And then the next 60 years to 120, I just try not to lose all those things. That's life. You accumulate stuff and you lose stuff. That's the way it works, right? Okay. I couldn't fit in a tiny home anyways because, those tiny homes they're pretty cramped, right? And like for me, like I just frankly can't downsize my, sex toy collection, right? Like what do you can't put them in the recycling bin, the garbage. Someone may see that. So you can't give them away. I don't know what to do with them. I might just dig a hole in my yard. So, but that's the problem with this. I gotta get 2 trailers for about stuff I have. Okay, that was an old joke that I'm not sure I like it too much, but I'll keep going with some other things. Hey, I want to start this club, basically, with a bunch of, basically, I feel like I need more educated people around me, so I want to start this club, get some some really learned people, some intellectuals, some well-read philosophers, and some philanthropists. Is that the right word? I'm not sure if that's the right word, but you get some really smart individuals together in like a group, kind of like a Mensa group sort of thing. But pretty much it's like a book club where you sit there and you pretty much you read books, and then when you discuss the books, and when you oh man, I lost it. Okay, let me just do this again. I'm losing it. I'm trying to get Elner back.
You got it.
Got me to stop.
I'm here.
You
I'm
got
here.
it.
I know you're here. Okay. There's a whole bunch of stuff for this. Now I ruined it. Okay, so pretty much this. I want to get a bunch of people discussing books, learned people, and then I wanted every time there's an argument breaks out, they actually have to fight, and it's called Fight Book Club. That's what I want to start. Okay, just them beating the shit out of each other with books, and I want to fight with like Jason Bourne. You see the books behind me, just fighting with books and just like boxing fight books. That's what I want. And I had a lot of arguments over this when I brought it up. A lot of people was like, maybe we should be called like Book Fight Club and not Fight Book Club. And although I do kind of agree that on paper, Book Fight Club sounds way better and much more funny and everything else. But when you're in person, Fight Book Club just sounds way better. It's just less ridiculous than the other part. That's the thing. And listen, I know I asked you if you care, but I really just want your admiration. I didn't want, it's my fault for doing that. I just want, okay, that was a joke that was going sideways on me. I tried to say admiration before I came here. I really practiced saying the word, and I focused on that because I couldn't say it. It took like 4 tries. I was like, commendable. We'll use commendable.
You got it.
Commendable. So, but whatever. Hey, that was
Good
me.
job.
That was my time.
Amazing.
Good job.
Elner, what do you think?
Yo, I liked it. Listen, I like the tiny homes thing. I like shitting on tiny homes.
Yeah.
I used to live in like a thing where it's like a shipping container that's modified in the army, and it's shit. Like, yeah, it's kind of, well, it's not as bad as jails, but it's literally tiny homes. So I love the tiny homes, broken homes thing. I had like a couple more tags on it. Basically, a tiny home is a broken home. You basically only have room for one parent. On the plus side, you can't get that big of a beating because they don't have room to swing on you.
Yeah.
Oh, and I like the fact that intellectual things. I know I kind of like spazzed out there with the connection, so I might have missed it, but I don't know if you had a line like this, where basically you have those intellectuals and they have to beat each other with the biggest book they read.
Yeah.
You probably had that in there.
I had something towards that with fighting with
Yeah.
books. I had fighting with 2 books like Jason Bourne, but pretty much, yeah.
I was thinking more like you have like the smartest guy who read the biggest book. He has like the advantage because he can beat you with the biggest book that you only have to like fight with only the books you read.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
somebody reads like Ayn Rand, he like beats ass and stuff.
One guy's read War and Peace, and he's got the big one. Just, you know.
Yes, or
nobody-
Dune or something like that, and just like smack people.
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty funny, yeah.
Cool.
Everything?
Yeah, that's all I had.
I appreciate that. I got that down some notes. That's great. Renata, what about you? What do you think?
Oh, I also really liked the tiny house. I think it was really snappy and funny. I guess I don't really have a note on here. It's just some associations. Was a good rebranding, and then like cozy. They say cozy, but it's really just tiny. Or coffin seems to be like a logical thing. Or like, don't call it a tiny home, call it a glorified coffin or something like that. Then I thought it was funny that coming up with excuses to fight people. But it was like a highbrow excuse basically to fight people. I feel like the fight book club, and so there's that because that's what's going on. And the second one, I feel like that fight club would be a good way for school to make sure that kids actually read. Because then if you were a literature teacher, you would use that to get your kids to read, because after that they get to fight each other with the books they read.
That's pretty funny. Yeah. You made me think of it. It actually is funnier if you have kids. If it was like you could say something like, I used to be a librarian, but got kicked out for a fight book club that I started in after school fight book club or something like that. Yeah.
And I thought it was funny that you're like, oh, I cannot downsize because I have a lot of sex toys, and you can come up with other reasons why you can't downsize. I have a giant library of, I don't know, philosophical texts, or so it just kind of
Yeah.
a modest brag, basically, like, oh, I can't downsize. I have too much amazing stuff or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, that part I didn't want to do. I forgot all about it. And when I haven't done that joke in like I've done it off and on in the last like 3 years, but not very much. And it's funny how it just goes back to rhythm right away by remembering how the joke goes. I'm like, I wanted to do it because I hadn't done it so long. I hadn't even thought of it, that maybe it'd come out a bit differently and a bit better or something like that, hoping that way. And it's funny with that rhythm. It was just like coming out. I tried to kick that thing out. That was one of my early jokes also, but but thank you for that advice. I appreciate that. For you, Lexi.
I didn't have much. I majority of the time always like your jokes. I like the delivery, and I just generally like you telling jokes. The way you tell jokes always is funny to me. But specifically this time, the way you worded it with the input of Elar, the bigger the book. So like if how you have like the unnecessarily big but like ostentatious ones. But like if you spend all the time reading, just being, assumptive and like stereotypical, you spent all the time reading and no time in the gym, eventually you're going to get to a book that you can't pick up, or like it's in the library and you physically can't pick it up to fight. So you are smarter than me, but I don't have to be smarter than you. I just have to be stronger than you in a certain extent. But only the wiser person in that one would know that, not the smarter person. Like maybe that's just my pothead mind going too deep, but I think that was fun. As soon as you said it, I was like, but what if he was really smart, but like had a body like Justin Bieber? Because then I could knock you cold out. It does. Because then The Rock only has to read, Good Night Moon, and you're gonna go Good Night Moon. That's how that's gonna go. It's gonna be Ed. He doesn't have to read any books. But I thought that was a good stab in.
Everybody else, even though I got this library behind me. of comic books, basically, or just goofy books. But yeah, no, it's funny. Like you listed off like 4 books. I don't know what they are. So it was.
I'm here
Yeah.
for you, man.
No, I do like that too. Like I think about the Jason Bourne. I always think about that fight scene he had with it. You ever seen that where he fights with a book? He just grabs a book, and now it's his full-on weapon. Where he's like just
Yes.
like weird things he's doing with it. I don't even know what he's doing. Did he like stick it on someone's face and hit it one time? It's like it was a ketchup bottle, basically. I just thought it was always kind of funny. But, yeah, just a weird thought. I
Combat moves.
don't know if I can make that joke ever work, but I'm gonna try it a couple more times. We'll see.
There was a guy with a knife. You can just describe it. You can just add another sentence to like the Jason Bourne, like the part where he fights the dude with a book,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Who's defending himself against the knife? Well, not everybody's gonna get that joke, but we'll see how it goes. How about we move on? How's that sound? I think we had a good thing. Thank you guys so much for that. Another round of applause for me. How about that? Because I think applause. Listen, we'll go to our next guest, our next comedian. I'm gonna give a great intro for everybody, just because that Dan Brennan son of a bitch talked to me and got me. I'm gonna keep having to do it because that's how I'm stuck with it. I'm just stuck with it because I've committed. If I bail off, it just won't be the commitment I want to do. I like to take things way too far, and it always comes to the intro. And so because of Dan Brennan, just ruined this sort of thing. So hey, I know I sound like a rambling idiot, but don't worry, it's a point to it. I want you guys to put your hands together, okay? For the very talented, the very funny Elder, everybody!
let's see. So I want to talk about pandemic babies. It's the people that are going to come out from this month all the way to the next whenever we do it. But specifically a specific part. In about 15 years, a pandemic baby is going to show up and it's going to ask me a question. The question is going to be like, Daddy, how did you meet mommy? And then I'll have to tell him the truth, right? Well, I was sitting on the toilet. I was taking a huge dump. And I was playing with my phone. I was on this app, right, called Tinder. So I was swiping left and right because this is what we used to do, right, back at the time. Again, this is 15 years ago, me talking to a child that is allegedly mine. And then, so basically, I was taking a huge dump, accidentally swipe right on your mom because let's be honest, I basically had a moment where I dropped the phone and it almost went down to the toilet. I grabbed it with the last minute with my finger and it accidentally swiped. So then we decided to match. So, okay, let me back up. Tinder is basically an application that made the smartphone basically a tool where they could sell us Febreze. So they would know like, oh, you got a match on Tinder? You probably need Febreze for your stinky house. So same flip side, the mom probably got a commercial for some makeup or whatever, feminine products and stuff. This is basically how they ruled us at the time, right? So I catch up with your mom. We go on a date, then maybe another date. It was a couple of times we hung out there, you know. It was quarantine, you know, you can't do shit. You had to sit around the house, so it's either Netflix and chill in my house or Netflix and chill at her house. It's basically, those are the kind of things you could do, right? Because you had to avoid everyone on the streets. Everyone had the plague. Maybe your mom did too, I don't know. But basically, I know I didn't. At some point, she calls me up and she says, hey, listen, remember that first time? Well, I forgot to take the pill a couple of times. So now there's this problem. I'm like, well, fine. Let's give it a try. So then you were born, and then we were together. And then do you remember that time I went out for cigarettes? That's how that story ended. So that's basically it.
Was that it? Hey, Elder.
That's it.
I liked your pandemic baby stuff. It was making me laugh. It was I started going more into like COVID kids. I was thinking, you know, things like that. Just kind of go that route. I know. I thought of when you said plague at the end. I was like, oh yeah, it's funny. Plague babies is really funny to me. But you already had the babies part, so I was like, oh, how do you do that? So maybe I like the word plague. I think it's a pretty funny word to say. Kids, it's pretty hilarious. So, anyways, I think you got some good stuff with that. So yeah, Renata, what do you think?
I think because, well, first I'm gonna say logical thing. So 15-year-old is a pretty adult thing. I feel maybe you want to down the age a little bit, because 15-year-old is a teenager. You can talk to him a little or her a little differently. Basically, what my pitch is because it's pretty crude in content. You want to style it like a fairy tale or really romantic,
Okay.
to contrast it. So once upon a time, there was a day where I was sitting on the shitter or something like that. you know? So like the way your delivery shouldn't be as crude because the content is. So I think you need to go with more like la 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 la, and again, use some tropes that are usually used in telling romantic stories. Yeah, I think my main thing is about styling, and because styling is a lot, you would have to rewrite the content to match. But otherwise, it would be funny because it's true.
That's
Good advice.
hilarious.
That's pretty funny. What do you think, Lex?
I was first. Let me say I was amazed at the end because I didn't expect it to be like one story. I kind of still expected like you to go on and like there was going to be a setup and a punchline, a setup and punchline, and then you ended it and it came all together. And I was like, that was well done because my slow ass was late. I was waiting. I was like, oh, I felt like the kid was like, oh, I'm supposed to. Oh, that was it. Damn, I want to go on the ride again. So that flowed well. I agreed with our friend here from the Russian states. I'm not gonna fuck up your name. I don't like doing that. One more time. Sorry, what would you like to be called?
You can call
Of
me
course, Renata. She
Renata.
drinks.
Renata. Renata.
Okay, Renata. Gotcha.
Yes,
Gotcha.
thank you.
I'd like her idea of something of like wherever you're from. Ayla, are you from like the United States originally, or like a different country, or just one of us miscreants in the States?
Me?
Mhm.
I'm from originally the Soviet Union, then Israel, the Middle East, and now Toronto. So
Okay. So
whole
you
bunch.
probably have very different, which would be, at least for me, eye-opening. But I'm you've certainly like heard of like colloquialisms for cultures. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
for example, yeah, and like Black people, like whenever you ask your ancestor something, and they know as soon as you ask the question, they're not about to answer it. They're about to give you this life lesson, and they're about to take whatever plans you had to the next level. Yeah. So like one of those, I in like in a Black house, it's like, sit on down. Let me tell you one time about this, and whatever you had planned, chuck it. Tell your friends you're not coming outside. Nothing, because she's about to take your whole afternoon. Or in Virginia or in like the southern counties or Texas, they'll be like, well, shit, I'll tell you what happened. To start the story off, it is. They'll be like, well, shit, sit down. Let me tell you what happened. I was no shit shitting. And, and it goes like that. But whatever culture would fit for you, I feel like that'd be like a pop start to the story to go with that very, very nice but surprising ending you put it to.
Cool. Man, I like all those notes. Those are hilarious. Like making it more like because I was thinking about talking to like an older child and then trying to like kind of be like kind of keep real with them, but I think making the child younger and then making the whole interaction younger, it's hilarious. And then obviously with because I can combine both, like all of those. Those are great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the innocence of the thought there too. With you say like, as you guys were mentioning, to make it because, hey, Dad, how did you and Mom meet? And you're like, well, son, sit down right here, and you do this whole thing. I like the concept more as a kid. I think too. It just gives it more of a kind of, you bring the audience into wanting to. That's pretty cool. It'll be a lot of fun for you in the future.
Sweet. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think everybody, let's give them a round of applause, because I love applause. Okay. Let me do this time, Lexi. You jump me, okay? Let me shut. Ready? Oh. Get prepared for this. Okay.
All right. Next big introduction.
Okay. Everybody, please. I'm very excited. I'm very, emotional. I've dreamt of this moment all my life. Okay? I've dreamt of this time, and it's my great honor to present. Please welcome the wonderful Lexi Green, everybody.
Whoop, there it is. I said, whoop, there it is. So I can't stand, and I love my job. I love going to it. I love serving people every day. I'm a professional drug dealer, as I like to say. But I'm a person that always is like a perfectionist, and I would like to get into something that doesn't nag me in the back of the day, because I can't stand when people say pot isn't a personality. If you have baby lungs, I feel like you should just say that, and you can't hang out with me. I'm not judging you, but you just can't hang out with me. You just don't have that elasticity. I don't care. I don't like judgy people anyway. But the people that I feel like informed me of what would and be called drugs as I got older, I don't think were the right people to be taking advice from, only because now all that stuff was a lie. All that stuff was a complete lie. The Dare commercials used to tell me I would get offered so many drugs. I don't get offered anything. I have to pay for my own drug habits. I mean, granted, I work at a shop, so it's, I take my capsules and PTSD free and, smoke my own weed. But how dare I? You telling me there was a time when people were just out here giving this away? Yes, but not now. I feel like they didn't tell me it was not going to be available for me. I would have opted in earlier, just so I can know later to say no, obviously. But I would have opted in earlier. It's now it's to the point where, like, I'm not a person, I don't think I'm ever going to be any kind of illicit hard drug. I'm too much of a punk for that. I don't pluck my nose hair, so cocaine's out the window. Can't do none of that. I barely smoke. I don't like sneezing, So that being said, with my friends are like, you get on that vacation after you get a certain age, you're like, you want to try something. You want to get experimental with, certain people you trust, like peyote or some case like that. I think at this age, as long as I don't tell my friend to go, pick me up something from the store and they come back with something like that and don't tell me, like, I'm good. I'm making sure that I'm above the Dare commercials. If I tell my friend to go to the store and pick me something up that they think we would both enjoy, at this part in our lives, and they come back with something like crack, then I know we don't need to be friends, because crack is whack. And we learned that from Medea. And anything you get from the store is not going to be it. This 100% not it. I don't know where I went wrong, but like I said, I don't judge. On that same pleasure kind of rope, I'm a sit back kind of person. I'm the greeter in my shop for the most part, and I do serve people, but it's more on the back end now. And that being said, I have a new outlook on adult things, right? So like when you were younger, you really thought like your parents got up, knew what they were doing for the day, and planned the day out, successfully did that day, and then came home to you and started the parenting of that day. That's not what's happening. That is not how that's programmed. They were out here trying to figure shit out the same way we were figuring shit out as kids. Putting it in your mouth, licking it and smelling it. If it doesn't come through regularly, you should probably tell your parents about it. I still follow that today about everything except people, only because coronavirus. But with the stock of today, when we get back together, I don't think we're ever going to be to a point we're going to be closer again past 6 weeks. I don't think we're going to ever be sharing again. And I say all that to say, I share now. I will share with people. I'm getting old enough. We're evolving. You want to be more open. You want to go through more life adventures. But if you ask me to smoke, I don't think we're going to smoke together, because COVID, I'm always going to say COVID now. It's always going to be at 6 feet. As soon as I feel strange about something, and I'm going to throw COVID on. And I think I'm going to keep a mask on a regular too, just because. And that's going to be all.
Yay, Lexi Green, everybody. Very good. Renata, would you like to go first this time?
Sure. Okay, so I think it's really funny how you keep saying, I don't like judging people, but you keep judging them. And I feel you should do more of it. You should repeat more. I don't like judging, I don't like judging people. And then you judge them. And then I don't like judging people. So just add more of it since you're doing it. Then I feel, you said PCA video, right? Did
Oh,
you
I'm
say
sorry. I said
PCA video? Like
PSA, public.
PSA. You were talking about PSA videos. No?
Yeah. It's a
yes. Dare commercial. Yes. Sorry. It's been a minute since that. See, that's an adult word. PSA. I just say commercial, like in
Oh,
commercial. But yes, that's correct.
oh, for some reason, so I misunderstood. I think okay, so these videos all show you being offered drugs,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it doesn't happen in real life,
Not
right?
yeah. Not anywhere as they show. Yeah.
So I have sketch background, so my first instinct is more like you actually get on stage really angry and actually write a lawsuit or something like that. I want to sue you, and this is not like that. This is not like that. So, and I need a compensation. So actually write it off, But it's well, I feel like you could do it in a character probably too. Um, I also think it's really funny how you can use COVID as an excuse to not share your joint anymore, or an excuse if you're more introverted to stay away from somebody, like, oh, I don't like you, so I'm just going to say that I'm afraid of corona. Um, and also, I thought it's so funny, when you send a friend to a store to get you something they think you'd enjoy, and then you get to learn what they actually think you'd enjoy. And then you could be like, girl, that's who you think I am? Or like, get really mad because you can judge a lot about what they think about you. It doesn't have to be drugs, but it's like, you think I'm Diet Coke kind of person, because actually all those
Oh yes.
stuff come with assigned personalities kind of, so you can do more of like maybe that's how you filter friends. You ask them or test friends. You send them to a store to pick up something they think you'd like, and that's how you gauge their opinion about you, like if I ask you for a drink and you bring me a diet apple Snapple, goodbye, something, I don't know.
No, I like that. That was very. Thank you. I do have friends just like that that won't talk to you if you drink like Dasani water. They will not. That'll be the end of your talk for that day.
You do? Those are real people?
Yes, I have actually one of the. I'm pretty sure one of those friends are coming out. Yeah, and Dasani like. I'm one of those like if I'm thirsty in the moment, I'm gonna run real fast, go get whatever's available, and there she is, and she's one of those people that like yes, you should hydrate yourself. But if I ran in the store like dying and they only had Dasani, we might have to just let you. I'm gonna be at your funeral, and I will tell them she was such a good person, I'm not letting her drink Dasani though. That's not happening. So thank you. That would
That
work
is
very
so
well.
funny what you just said. I feel like you should use that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I will throw that in there.
Yeah, that actually is pretty funny. Well, let Elner, what about you? You want to tell Lexi?
Okay, so I had like a tag and a couple of other things, maybe a couple tags. So on the no one offers you drugs in real life, except roofies. Roofies are still free.
Smart.
That's like one thing.
Love that.
Yeah, the other thing, and also building on Renata's like judging people thing, I want to hear more about your perspective from working in the store, right? So on the aspect of judging people, can you give us like customer profiles of like this guy? Like, 'cause I know that there's different strands of weeds that do different things. Like, I don't know anything about this, but I know that one's supposed to be an upper, one's supposed to be a downer, and then you can go crazy from that. Then when there's a tweak, I don't know if people tweak for weed. I seriously am lacking in this, but you can describe like, oh, this is like the suburban dad that smokes away from his kids. This is the mom that's high all the time. This is like the teenagers that are trying to sneak through on somebody else's ID, whatever.
Gotcha.
Go on to that, and then at the end there, when you were talking about COVID and not sharing, you could be like, puff puff passes the past. The future is gonna be totally.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, that's what I had. That's all.
They're like, can I get a hit? No, that's in the puff puff pass, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's funny. Oh, that's hilarious. That's gonna make me think all day long. Oh, there. Yeah, I had some things too. Like I liked your. I think the baby lungs reference is a bit. I've heard that a couple times now from you, but I don't think it's resonating very well. Maybe a different kind of line, like a powder puff girl. Like I was thinking that too, or something like some kind of something stands out a bit more. But is that a normal like term? Baby lungs? Okay.
That I've heard for the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you like grow, so that's the more part of it. Because like just as you said it, I would be like, you know how there's pillow princesses. The first thing I thought it would be like puff princess. So like, but you can get to like a royalty kind of thing. That doesn't hold the same effect. Whereas like baby lungs means like you're a teenager and you kind of smoke, you roll your own, and you grow into a professional or whatever the case may be. Is the theme behind it.
Yeah, I understood the thing when you're going with it, but I think that term maybe is not enough people understand what that means. But yeah, I don't know, maybe description or something to fit in there. I'm not sure exactly, but I mean, yeah, it's great. I liked your you talk about being a greeter. Like I thought right away, like a Walmart greeter, like a Pop Mart greeter. I thought in the green grass, you make it sound smart a bit. I don't know, some kind of thank you for coming to Pop Mart. This is maybe make up a name or something like that. I don't know. It's a dumb idea, but at least made me think about it. Anyways. I think it was a really good job, Lexi. So,
Thank you.
Give another round of applause, everybody.
Job.
Okay. Renato, are you ready for me to give you a good intro? Okay. Want to make sure you're ready because I don't want to, surprise you with anything that's not too short or not too long. Listen, everybody, this is a fantastic news. She's flown all the way in. She's in for your very eyes. You don't get to normally see this sort of thing. This is a well-traveled comedian that's gone through many places. Seattle, I'm sure other places. Probably had a layover in New York at one time. Well, unless she's the other side of Russia, which she's on the right side for that. But listen, I want you to put your hands together, please. For as hard as you can, as long as you can, until your hands start bleeding. For Renata, everybody.
Woo!
Beautiful. That was great. Thank you. Okay, so I think I want to talk about my family. My granddad, who is mullah, which is a Muslim priest, is a very serious, devoted guy. Except he loves hockey. And he actually prays to Allah for his favorite hockey team to win. Only they keep losing. He either needs to pray harder or get more mullahs involved. Or, since the majority of the players are Finns, perhaps he should be praying to the Finnish God, not Muslim. It is also possible that the other side has a stronger team of praying granddads. Or maybe the hockey team needs better players and coach. Okay, done with shitting on that hockey team. So women look for smart and funny. And smart and funny is good until your boyfriend becomes your ex, because there is nothing worse than smart and funny stalker. Neighbors will let smart and funny stalker into your apartment complex, laughing at his wit. Smart and funny stalker will charm your colleagues and friends just to cover your name with mud. Smart and funny will turn your life into hell while cracking one-liners. A male comedian came up to me after I told this joke and said, I'm a comedian and I feel personally attacked by your joke. And I told him, smart and funny. You don't have to be worried. This joke is clearly not about you. Okay, so I feel like a fraud a little bit because they call me at my work the cat lady, but I only have one cat, and she's really cute. But the problem is, I'm gonna sound like a bad person. I'm not that crazy about my cat, as crazy about my cat as people think I am. I think she's adorable, but she's sort of just there. And I think like we have a mutual agreement. I provide her with food and shelter, and she provides me with company. But not, I'm not crazy about my cat, you know? And people give me cat books, cat shirts, cat mugs, cat magnets, cat socks. And that's a lot of pressure. It's like they try to turn me into a cat lady where I'm not. And I feel like the moment of truth came to me at the launch of a SpaceX rocket. So the day of SpaceX launch, I'm standing by the window and my cat is nearby. And I saw the weird thing in the sky and I thought, oh my God, it's a nuclear bomb. So I grabbed my passport and a gallon of water and I hid in the closet. And I waited there for like 5 minutes because that's where you go apparently. There's a nuclear blast, you just hid in a closet. So I hid there 5 minutes, nothing is going on. I'm checking my Twitter again. Great logic, right? Nuclear blast. I'm gonna check my Twitter. Nobody's saying anything, so I figured nothing is actually happening. And then my cats comes checking on me to the closet. She just picked and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" Like you just bolted out, and I felt like a complete idiot because I totally forgot I had a cat I was responsible for. Um, yeah, I tried to play it cool with my cat, you know, because I was like, because again, I felt so guilty that I forgot my cat. And I was like, oh, nothing. I'm just in the closet, you know, looking at stuff. Um, as if she would be, as if she would like see me and be like, you know, I was your responsibility and you left. So I was just like, yeah, no, 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 no. And then I came out of the closet and yeah, pretended nothing happened. That's it.
Hey, that it?
Mhm.
Everybody! I can't help but say something right away. Your grandpa praying to Allah for hockey is funny as hell. And it's really funny to me. His favorite team, you should have named it. But if you don't know it, it should be the Infidelphia Flyers. That's what it should be. Hilarious. I mean, I was just sitting on that one for so long. I know it's a bad pun. I'm sorry to the audience, but it makes me laugh, and I would laugh out loud if I heard that. So yeah, I'll come back to me. How about you, Elner? Let's go with you this time.
Okay, again, remember the safe space stuff. So some of this might be inappropriate. Okay, so so you were saying that your dad's a mullah, but you're kind of straying away from it because you don't have the veil. You were supposed to have the veil if we were going deep. Yeah, some of it's like
Be clear.
finish God. Yeah. Then we have the mullahs in hockey. So trying to find like commonalities among the two, like both have beards, both have uniforms. Basically, I was trying to say both like throw stuff, but that's not really strong enough. It's like it's not really. Yeah, I wanted you to tell us how you eventually disarm the funny stalker. Like, are there any ways that you can get rid of him or like neutralize him, kill him, whatever? Like, give him a shitty audience or something like that, where you like, make a comedian die, basically. You're saying that you're not crazy about the cat. Maybe if you get another one, then you're gonna like them both more and you become a true cat lady. So with you running into the closet, because obviously closets are radiation proof.
Mhm.
Also, when the cat eventually ends up checking on you, you can have a tag in there where, like they're saying, "Oh, you're alive," but that's actually what you're thinking the cat is saying. The cat's food bowl is in the closet, something like that. They just came to not check on you. They just came for some food, and you happen to be where the food is at.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, something like that. And I think that's everything I have.
Awesome. Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah. The stand-up thing too. When you're talking about the X, smart and funny stalker sort of thing, I like when you go on with it. It was kind of like set up where you can kind of tell a little bit where it's going. Although I like the jokes. I think if you went to the end where like then my ex finally came up to me instead of making some comedian, whatever it was, say your ex came back to you and said, "I can't believe you're saying this to me." I said, "No, don't worry. It's not about you. I'm actually the funny stalker. You know, that's what you should say. Like I'm the one. Actually, I'm the one that's smart and funny, and you're just you won't understand at all sort of joke. But oh, by the way, what are you doing with that blonde? Or whatever you want to throw in there, sort of. It's something better than I have, right? But yeah, I like to kind of take a bit different angle because I think you just set it up where I kind of could see the path you're going down a little bit, so I can guess it a bit. So never want to go that route. But yet another joke was I don't think you meant to say it, or maybe you meant to say it, but you checked Twitter and nobody was saying anything about it. And my first thought was like, or they're all dead. And you're the only one left. But I'd be getting more paranoid with the whole talk on that thing. Like, I heard, whatever it is. I don't know. But it is funny hearing like a knock, knock, knock. And it's your cat sort of thing or whatever, scratching the closet door. It's a good path. I think you got a lot to go with that. But well done. So. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, don't trip or anything, okay? I don't know if you guys notice this, people in the stands watching from afar, but every time Lexi's sitting, her top of her ceiling's a bit tilted, and I always catch myself just turning my head when I'm looking at her. So every time I'm watching, I'm just like slowly tilting, just because it looks like I'm not even when I'm watching her all the time. So, anyways, that's a habit I've noticed with her, catching myself leaned over. So, yeah. Well, Lexi's going out to her car. She needed privacy. This is what she does all the time. Goes to her car. It's a normal thing, everybody. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any input for?
I swear I am back. Okay, beeping is gone, and I am back, and I am so sorry.
It's okay. See, she
Okay, so
just go to her car and use that.
I thoroughly enjoyed your cat joke, especially since your cat demeanor seems to be similar to mine. I have a cat. It's nice.
That's a horrible place to breathe.
You have a cat, and it's nice. That's important.
It's okay, Lexi. We get it. You're there. Oh man, that's a horrible place to freeze. You did not want to freeze right there. Is she back? Come back. We'll give her a second because I know she wanted to give her input. She seemed very excited about it. So, yeah. I like the path. How long have you been doing comedy for now, Renata?
Well, I started in 2015, and then I dropped it, and then I started doing improv and sketch, and then the past year, a year and a half, I've been back.
Cool.
Gotcha. Yeah. Is there much are you in Russia right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is there much going on there for comedy, or?
It's picking up a lot. Right now, in my city, it's Ufa by the Urals. There are only 2 open mics a week. So it's like in Seattle 5 years ago when I started, it's so funny. But in Moscow, it's like every day, and comedians get a lot of specials too, So yeah, it's kind of booming right now. And improv is slowly behind, so hopefully that will also pick up more.
Well, that's cool.
Yes, not so much.
I have a strange, very particular question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find that you have different sense of humor in different languages?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you find that you have a different sense of humor in different languages?
No, I don't think so. But to be fair, I always found Russian humor a bit unhappy, or I never really liked Russian sense of humor because it was too mean, sort of. So
I got how many now? I can see that. Sorry, Lex, you're back, hey? Do you want
That I am. That I am.
No problem.
Yeah, I went to go say hi to the cat. I had to confirm to him, what I was about to tell you, and he confirmed that it was okay. That yeah, my relationship with him is like he likes me a lot, but when I walk in the door, 9 times out of 10, especially after a work day, I'm like, hi, bye, hi, bye. But then like on the days when I'm really down or something, he'll be like, hey, so you're gonna feed me? And I'm like, no, I'm not feeling it. He'll be like, okay, then I'll just sit beside you until you do. But from the outside world, oh, he's so cute. No, he wants something. He wants something.
you
That's
should do
how I
that
would be
and
if I
stand
wanted
up.
something. And then the last part I made. The last part, like when you freaked out and like you were having a crisis and you hid in the closet, I think that was funny because isn't that how cats act when like someone's breaking in and like and even if that like they don't care, they just look at them like, what are you doing here? Oh, you're just another person not to feed me? Oh, okay, fine then. Like they're not gonna alert you about anything. They don't they were waiting for you to alert them that some company was coming over, like that kind of thing.
Oh my god. This will turn into, we should have a show and we just blast out cats. They're useless.
Oh, I'm
They will
down.
not stop the robbery.
They're out here like insurance, the biggest scam, but it's working because I don't like not coming home to it though.
They're
No,
adorable.
I don't know.
You guys are amateurs.
That's how
I have there are two couples, right? And each couple, one has 2 cats, one has 3 cats. They're
At the
they're
house,
going to have cats.
at the house you're in?
No, not at the house. Hell no. No, at their own houses. But the cats always like me. There's one cat that's super timid, and it only comes out when it hides all the time. It only comes out when I come around for some reason. All their cats like
That's
me.
cats.
You smell like his favorite food, probably.
I smell like.
Yeah, mix.
But
You smell like fish. Yeah.
they come to smell my shoes all the time. I don't know why, but it's something they like.
I have one cat joke. Do you guys want to hear it? It's one stupid cat joke I did like a year and a half ago. I forgot
Go
about
for it.
Okay, here's because I like to do impressions, right? Here's a impression of my cat when I come home drunk at night. Okay. Who's a pretty kitty? Who's a pretty kitty? Look who's the pretty kitty. It's a dumb joke, but it makes me laugh.
I mean, it's real.
Yeah, that's pretty much my cat. He wants nothing out of me but to be beside. That's exactly what he does to me, Lexi. He just sits beside me. Doesn't want me pet. Doesn't want me touch. As I start petting him, he take it for like 20 seconds, then he'll bite me, and then I'm like, okay. I'm not cruel enough to just throw him off the couch like I should. I just leave him there. Like, well, no is no, folks. I gotta not touch him if he doesn't want it. So,
Respectable man.
Yeah, it's like anybody, exactly. I gotta learn. I'm a responsible person that doesn't touch cats when they don't want to be touched. So
I mean, you'd think that, but we have a whole president that didn't.
Yeah.
Nope. Couldn't get his hands off of it. That's right.
Up a cat, I saw. I
Hi-yo.
don't even know what. Okay, so if anybody doesn't have any more input for Renata, everybody, I think we should give her another round of applause. How's that sound?
Good job.
Yes.
Way to go. Okay, so this is the end of the show. My name is Keller Reeves, but let's talk about everybody else first, okay? Lexi, where can we find you over the next little while?
Well, Tacoma Comedy Club has opened back up, so I'm trying to be there every Wednesday, and I've been successful so far, if any way that was. If not, you could probably find me here on Mondays with Keller Reeves, and then on YouTube and or Instagram and Facebook at just Lexi Green.
Sweet.
Turning into my co-host a bit. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Renata, where can we find you next little while?
Well, I will be performing in Laugh Comedy Festival, Laugh Riot Girl Comedy Festival in June on Zoom. Otherwise, you can find me here or on Twitter at Renata Sheikh.
Cool. Awesome. Elner, how about you, buddy? Where can we find you?
I only find me here and in my house because that's where I'll confess to being during lockdown.
You're keeping it quiet, eh? You're
Cool.
not-
Keep it quiet, keep it quiet. Yeah, we got nothing happening in Toronto. Unless somebody gets the urge to do like street comedy like shows. But I don't think I can do that.
No. Just use a megaphone out your window. Just get the story.
Oh, do it right at the construction people so they can feel locked up.
Throw racial slurs back at you. That's what
Oh, they do it even without me.
Yeah, I know. It's an excuse this time. So they have to give them an excuse. Just let them be. Yeah. like I said, my name is Keller Reeves.
Okay.
I'm on Keller J Reeves on social media, but I honestly I have been staying away from it. I am on lockdown also. That's a lockdown thing we're on. So I just I'm here every Monday night, and sometimes another night of the week. I get mixed up sometimes. I pick up extra shows and everything else. So just keep watching. The workshop is every night, and if you want to be on it, just come on it. Just ask, and they'll let you on because we're always looking to have fun. The more people, the merrier. And we always like to throw and riff and have a good time because we don't get the social interaction like we do now. And I'm rambling. So listen, everybody, let's give a wave. Thank you all for being here. See you later, everybody.
Boop, 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 boop.